Good morning, everybody. If you're watching on YouTube, I hope you guys are enjoying Deadlock. Deadlock. Yeah, I just got through watching some degenerate content. You know what? Asmongold reacting to videos. I mean, that's like original content. Nobody could have guessed it. But I normally have like this like disgust for content that's revolved around trolling people or being public menaces. But guess what? Guess what? We finally discovered an actual benefit to society that kicks troll content streamers, especially troll content kick streamers, can do a service to benefit humanity. Okay, there are parasites out there, and I know about them. Everyone knows about them, okay? There's people who take advantage of the legal system, take advantage of codes and all those kind of things so that they can, just leech off of people and take, it's one thing to be in a situation, I have to speak up for myself a bit. I'm in a situation where I'm trying to improve my life and I have genuine concerns and genuine issues that are holding me back, but I'm working with all the people involved to improve. I'm not going out there trying to take advantage of things, not stealing shit, not like harassing people. And I always am cordial with people the best I can. I've had some issues with mental health, but, those things are very rare. Anybody who actually knows me is very much aware. And so I need to get that out of the way. Because I know people are like, oh, but like, Rebecca is like, this person who's like, a crazy person that is entitled, whatever. It's like, you don't think I think about that a lot? I'm a human being and I care about the effect I have on people and all that kind of stuff. But that out of the way, there are people out there who absolutely just cause disruption to the world around them. And Mary is one of those people, okay? There's this situation where this owner of a house was running a B&B, right? And this woman stayed over 30 days so she could get squatters' rights. Now, squatters' rights, I understand that obviously in some cases, not all, but in some cases, squatters' rights can actually protect people. It's people like Mary that ruin it for all the rest of the people who are actually relying on these laws to protect them. Okay? Like, it's people like this that just want free shit, that just want to take advantage of people, that, want to cause problems, constantly call the police and complain, go to, managers, we all know the type, okay? These people are absolute parasites. They need help, by the way. These people are sick and they keep getting enabled, because people are like, oh, well, it's a tough battle. It's a tough call. I'm not the one to make this call, but it is a tough call because it's like we want our freedom, but we also need to protect other people's, because what about, normal people's freedom? Why do the crazy people get to have so much freedom at the expense of others? And it's a balancing act. It's like you give some people so much freedom and they just terrorize the world, And I don't know. I just thought it was pretty funny. I was just like, I think we finally found a benefit that these troll kick streamer types can actually do. Instead of being menaces to society, can be hired as professional troll hunters. Squatter hunters, right? It's like you heard about ghost hunters, you heard about dog whisperer. What about squatter hunters? Okay, that needs to be a show on A&E or whatever the fuck network runs those kind of shows. What is it, like HGN? No, not HGN. there needs to be a show about, I mean, there already is. It's called youtube.com. Uh, I just think it's great. You know, like, it's one thing when you see things out of context, it's easy to judge one person or the other. When you see things out of context, you're like, why is this woman, being subjected to that? But then it's like you see the full context and you're like, okay, she deserves it. Okay. I'm pretty empathetic for people. And I do have a lot of sympathy for people, even people who are terrible. In fact, I don't want to get all religious here. I'm not very religious. I consider myself to be agnostic. I follow a lot of like Buddhist or Taoist teachings. I follow some Christian teachings, maybe even some Muslim teachings of Islam. Not everything, obviously. There's some parts of religions that are antithetical to who I am as a human being that go against my moral values. I think all humans are, not inherently evil. I think people do evil things. But one of the things, and this is the part that I pull from, Christian teaching. I mean, if anything, like, if you're going to go through anything of value about what any kind of religion or belief system will teach, it's that you should love people even when they hurt you. And love doesn't mean you like them. Okay, it doesn't mean you let them hurt you. Okay, I mean, because look at Jesus Christ. Okay, like, he was persecuted for spreading a belief that was against what the established power, pushed. He was fighting back against the Roman Empire, against this, against the old school, like, established, I don't know the full, like, historic background that, because, religious texts are, especially like Abrahamic religions, is obviously based partly on spiritual, partly on historical context. That's what historians and theologians and all those kind of people, that's what they do for a living, is they put all that stuff together. And there was a lot of oppression going on. And Jesus is a symbol, in my opinion, a fictional symbol. I am a enjoyer of fiction. And even if that fiction has basis in some human, like, reality, it's all a story, right? The greatest story ever told. I don't like that propping it up to make it bigger than what it is kind of stuff. It is literally just a book, okay? It's a story, and it's not even that great of a story. It has some narrative problems. Hey, what's up, Innovation Edge? But that's a personal critique, okay? Like, we're not even talking about that. It's just like, even people like these squatters who take advantage of codes, like legal systems, who take advantage of other people, hardworking people who are just trying to live their life, and they take advantage of these squatter laws. They deserve to be terrorized by kick streamers, okay? Like, these are the people. It's like you take the two biggest menaces to, like, public life, right? Besides, like, actual, like, violent criminals and stuff like that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about just social menaces. You take, people who take advantage of the legal system to steal free shit and just, like, make people's lives miserable because they have this huge headache they have to deal with. And then you have, like, troll, like, kick streamers. Now, until yesterday and today, I thought that these troll kick streamers were absolutely negative value to society, akin to these squatter type people, the Karens of the world. But after seeing this video of Asian Andy, I watched it through Asmongold, watching him react to it. Hey, I'm an Asmongold viewer. I view a lot of things. Okay, and I don't think Asmongold is that bad. Okay, he's got some issues. Okay, I maybe he and I can talk about it one day. Yeah, true. Yeah, sure. I don't know. I feel like you should always be able to talk to people, even if they have opposing views to you. Now, sometimes I don't really want to have the energy to do that. There's certain people I would never really want to talk to, like actual Nazis. But people accuse people like Asmongold of being the same as that, and that's just, you haven't even listened to who this person's moral beliefs are. And I would say that Asmongold is more of an ally to people who are oppressed than most people, even that people are in the same demographic. Like, I'm transgender, and I still think Asmongold's more of an ally than these people who are going on Twitter with mental illness, trying to change a video game character to be more inclusive, even though the video game character was designed a certain way by a creative team with a vision of their own. It doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, it's like you have so many things that you could do to fight for the cause, and you pick the least effective thing that is not even your property. Like, it's their creative property. If it's their intellectual property, they have editorial process. Make your own shit. Make your own shit. If you want to spread your message, if you want to lift up your voice, make your own shit. Tell your story. Don't have other people tell your story. They would not do it justice, and they have not. This is a whole other spiel. But all this like forced inclusion that you're asking all these like brain dead companies like Disney and all this shit, you're asking them to tell your story? Are you serious? Like, they do not do a good job. They're just going to hire a team of like Sweet Baby Inc. or whatever, and they're going to make some bullshit product that nobody wants. Especially not. You shouldn't want that. You're hurting the cause. And people like Asmongold, even though you accuse him of being homophobic or transphobic, he's a bigger ally than these fucking brain dead Twitter mind parasites, okay? Weird questions. You start doing something, I get scared. You always lose interest on skills. 100 of people are okay, I think I know what you're saying. So a lot of people feel this way. That like you think that you don't have any value because everybody else is doing it, especially nowadays that we're aware of so many people because of the internet, like YouTube and Twitch and all that kind of stuff. You see so much more content out there being produced. It's really easy to get on this trap of like, what, I'm not even good at it. What can I possibly do? And like, this thing is like, it really hasn't changed since like 1,000 years ago, right? Like, we're still humans. We still create shit. In fact, it's probably less now than it was 1,000 years ago. 1,000 years ago, people didn't have the internet and they invented the wheel and shit. Okay. Like, you know, people had time on their hands. So people must have been doing more creative shit back then. Now most people are like, oh, I could, you know, invent the wheel. But instead I'm just going to scroll TikTok and watch other people's wheel. 2 to 3 years web developer. The thing is like, you want to find evergreen skills. Like, what is an evergreen skill? Like, what is a temporary skill? Like, a temporary skill is how to code a website, right? AI is going to replace the coding part of everything. It already is. And like 5 years from now, 10 years from now especially, AI is going to basically generate all the code that we would possibly need. But what AI, and really when we talk about AI, we're talking about large language models. And large language models require human input. Or what we're finding is there's kind of an inbreeding, that it kind of just has a shitification, where if AI is only learning from itself, it progressively gets worse and worse and worse. So thinking about that, who trains the language models? Humans. And what do humans have that the language models don't have? Is we're basically language models of our own. We just evolved a certain way, and we don't know how the programming works necessarily. Not yet. Maybe we will one day. And then we can hack ourselves, become crazy cyborg Apache attack helicopters. Get in the chopper. Okay, you know, maybe one day people can finally realize their dream of becoming attack helicopters. Okay. Who's laughing then? Okay. But you need to understand that there's things that make humans human. And even if you don't know what that is, your job as a human, in order to compete with the evolution of technology, is to understand that there are things that humans can do that a language model can never do. Because it will always look, I don't want to say always, because maybe AGI will eventually develop, and then it'll kind of be able to learn from itself on its own, but then it would basically just be a superhuman. It would no longer be a technology. It would be its own, it would be an artificial life form, like Data from Star Trek. And then it would have sentience. It would be different. It's not a machine anymore. It's a person. And that's different. It's probably going to ask for squatters' rights. But the thing is like, there are evergreen skills. One of these things is being able to see a situation and make a judgment. And right now, at least, maybe this will be solved in the future, but right now, AI cannot make judgments at the same level that humans can. It can see things and make like a determination based on the information that it's trained with, but it can only see like with blinders on. If it sees like a bouncing ball and it says innovate on that, it'll just keep doing bouncing ball type stuff. It doesn't have context of everything else outside of that. Now, if we change the language model to add context, to make it an AGI, an artificial general intelligence, whereas we're biological general intelligence, it would still only be limited by whatever input it has available in data points. And we don't know what the limitations are there. And we also don't 100% know if we've already reached basically the ceiling of what AI can accomplish. Because you have to realize it goes through millions and millions and millions of iterations. What if we've already reached the bottleneck? What if AI, as it is now, is going to be so diminishing returns over the next 15, 20, 35, 50, 100 years that it's basically going to be the same, only just slightly more efficient, slightly more higher quality over time, because obviously as you refine things. But what if it's already at its limits, basically? Like, it's basically never going to be like humans. We don't know that. We also don't know if it's going to become like humans. We also don't know if it's going to surpass humans. Which skills I choose? I'm a business major. See, you're asking the wrong person. I am struggling to become a person who can take care of herself. I am working with case management to get job training very soon, and to also build my portfolios for my self-employed my self-employed endeavors, you know, such as being a model, which I have a lot of promise in. You know, believe it or not, I'm pretty talented. I'm not always like very skilled, but I have like a talent. I would say get a notebook for like $1 and get like a pencil and a pencil sharpener, or just get a pen and write down the things that you believe are going to scale as you go. And only you can know what your particular skills are. I can't answer them for you. I'm going to say like what my skills are is, my skill is to be able to take a step back and connect things together that most people do not connect. Maybe that makes me cuckoo. But it also, you know, like I can take two different things and connect them that most people would never think about. Like most people would never think like, oh, like I'll watch a movie, for example. I'm a writer, okay? Like I'll watch a movie and I'll say like, okay, well this scene like is about like this human condition that is connected to like this historical precedence that also relates to what's going on today. And the writer of the scene has probably not intended me to make any of those connections whatsoever. What a good writer does is they allow the reader or the viewer to fill in the blanks and create something new through synergy. The thing is as a developer, you're not really a coder. You're not just doing like web development. What you're doing is you're doing project management. And project management is something that's like you take things that you need to do and you assign people to do them, basically. And those people can be like programs, right? So it's like you say, I have this project and you need to like list out like all the requirements that project needs, right? And I'm not the person to answer this. You might want to go to Pirate Software. But you know, I have my own, I mean, you can take it how you will. Okay, this cabbage brain, okay? You can take my info as you will, okay? It might be low quality, it might be high quality. I don't know. But I think you should invest in skills that are kind of more like higher level rather than lower level. Skills that require you to make decisions based on a large data set. Because an AI will have to be trained on that data set with a specific set of parameters, and it'll have to be retrained and retrained for different tasks. But you as a human are able to instantaneously collect data and make connections. You can do things like, it might not be the highest quality, but it's like, at the moment at least, it's the fastest effectiveness. Like you might not have the most efficient, you might not have like the best answers, but you have correct answers most of the time as a human, because you can see the connections. You have life experience to draw on. You have a large language model of your own. It's not as powerful as a machine. It's a biological machine and it's imperfect. But you have a large language model here in your brain. And you can draw upon that the same way an AI can. But you can do it in a way where you can say like, oh, this thing that if an AI looked at it, it would not understand that this ball dropping down was like dropped by a human. It wasn't just existing in its isolation, right? Like, and that's just tip of the iceberg, because maybe an AI could figure that out. But just expand that, because if you're a human, you can do that. That's what I'm trying to get across, is that I can tell you that little bouncing ball, you know, I can tell you that little bouncing ball idea, okay? And immediately you're already jumping to conclusions about what I'm trying to, you're guessing at what I'm trying to talk about. You're drawing your own conclusions, right? And just expand upon that and like scale it to like help you, right? Yeah, the thing is that humans can use AI in ways that AI cannot use itself, at least at the moment. And we're not talking about AGI until that's actually a reality, okay? And if it is a reality, it's probably not going to be very good for a while. But, you know, you have to project into the future. And you should not be thinking about what's going to happen in the sense that like it's a failure, I may as well not exist. Like those are loser attitudes, okay? You have to think, okay, if I am going to survive, what are the things I need to start focusing on so that I don't become irrelevant? You know, and there's things that humans can do that we don't really know our limits either, right? We don't. We don't really know our limits. And it's just like there's things that, like, you want to be a web developer, there's going to be people who can afford advanced AI. You have to realize this too. There's going to be people where it's cheaper to hire a human than it is to develop a large language model, because it costs so much resources to build these AI, especially as they improve, they're going to become more efficient. But then it's like, if you throw more money at something, it's going to be better than something that was thrown less money. Like, so the people with the most resources, the most hardware, the most computing power, they're going to be able to afford the absolute top-notch stuff. And sometimes, if you're not going to be able to afford the top-notch stuff and you can only afford the cheaper stuff, would it be cheaper just to hire a human who could be somewhere in between, right? Like, you might not be way up here, right? Like that, like the super expensive AI that you can hire, but they're not going to be down here like the cheap AI. You might get a human that's like, might just be perfectly fine just to hire a human just to get, you don't always have to go way up here, right? You can get a human who can make split decisions better than a cheap AI, right? Like, so you get a super expensive AI if you want like top of the top of the top, right? If you want like absolute perfect execution, you want absolute perfect products, you can put all your money into AI, but then you're also going to be putting your money into the people who manage the AI, right? So you're putting money into the AI and you're putting money into the people who make the decisions on what the AI can do, right? People need to be able to point the AI in different directions. And knowing where to point them is a skill. It's an executive skill. We're going to have a world of executives. I mean, yeah, because that already doesn't exist, right? It's the same thing. Don't delude yourself. People are acting like AI is going to destroy society. AI is just more of the same, right? There's an illusory reality that we think we know. But the thing is executives have been using humans in the same way that they're going to be using AI for generations. Like, probably since like the 1800s. Like, using cheap labor, right? But now, instead of using people, they're going to be using robots. And then what are people going to do? Well, you could just give up and just hate your life and hate everything. Or you can figure out, what can I do to lift myself up? And who knows? Maybe you're even in a better position because now you can utilize skills that would have never been useful before AI. Like, imagine, like, think about it. Like, would being able to think about like what inputs you would put into a large language model to be able to like make a YouTube video, was that even anything in the remote realm of reality 20 years ago? No, I'm not a man. Oscar Wilde. Lots of big companies or even middle are investing on AI, like Amazon. Even software making companies are investing more. Yeah, they fired workers for AI. That's because you should want, I know it sucks, and I feel really bad for people displaced. Hey, like, I am like really freaking out because like I'm not even established. But a lot of people who are established are starting to lose their positions. But they're losing their positions in jobs that they were wasting their talents in. And if you really think in the long term, and obviously in the short term, a lot of people are going to get hurt. But in the long term, if we look like 50 years from now, humans are going to be able to rise above in ways that they never could have before. People who can think in ways that were absolutely useless like 50 years ago. Because 50 years ago, what was that? Like 1970? Internet wasn't even really a thing, right? None of this would have even been it would have been just like you'd be a crazy person, right? Like if you had ideas about like, oh yeah, if we make money off of advertisements on YouTube videos, like what the fuck is YouTube? Like people were making money, first of all, before the TV was invented, before radio was invented. People couldn't even like fathom the idea of making money based on content. Like, yeah, okay, maybe, okay. If you go back 500 years ago, people who wrote stories, or thousands of years ago, right? The person who was able to talk about the hunt and like make it in a very dramatic fashion and entertain people, those people would probably get more food in like the cave dwelling days, right? They would probably get their own cave and like people protecting them because like this is the storyteller. This is the one who makes sense of our world. This is the person that makes us want to go out and hunt boar, right? Or woolly mammoths or whatever. This is the person that keeps life worth living, the storyteller, right? Stories matter. They have, and even if you don't believe me, it's the truth. They have since the beginning of language. That's why language exists. If we can't tell stories, we're not going to be able to overcome our obstacles. Storytellers give us ideas that we didn't think we had. It unlocks stuff inside of us that allows us to overcome barriers. Barriers that sometimes we didn't even know we had. That's what storytellers do. They open our mind to things that we don't imagine so that we can make changes into our environment to improve the quality of life. Now, some things, obviously, it's a double-edged sword. I don't think scrolling through TikTok is where humans are supposed to be. I think it's a side effect. I think it's temporary. I think eventually it's going to phase out. People are going to get bored with it, just like they get bored with every other TikToks. You can tell because people are so fucking bored. Eventually, that's going to like have a critical mass, I believe. People are going to move the fuck on. And you have to think, like, if you just invest all your time in becoming a multi-billion follower TikToker, well, what about when TikTok loses popularity? You invested your skills into something that no longer matters. But if you invest into something that has existed since the dawn of humanity, which is storytelling, you've invested in something that's going to scale with technology. Because TikTok, the style of videos fluctuates. What is popular today is not even going to be popular an hour from now. But if you master the art of being able to take information from around you and filtering it into a current that you follow the current, it goes up and down. You know, you follow it where it goes. You don't lock yourself, you don't put yourself deadlocked into one specific type of content. You become a content creator, not a content manufacturer. That's the difference, in my opinion, between a content creator and just somebody who's just catering to whatever the algorithm says. My all-time favorite documentary movie? I have to think about that. Yeah, I'd have to think about that. But anyway, today we're going to be playing Deadlock. It's a game my friend wanted me to play, and I installed it. My friend wanted me to play it. I have a friend in real life. Yeah, I do have friends. Okay. Who wanted to play with me off stream, and I thought I'd give it a try on stream. Maybe learn how to play a bit. And, you know, so I'm not a total noob when I play with him on Discord. But I'm going to give it a go, see what it's all about. I mean, it's a MOBA. I've played League of Legends. And contrary to what most people believe, I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with League of Legends. Okay, there's a lot of people out there that absolutely think League of Legends is a parasite, that it's this terrible game. I don't think that's the case. I think it's a beautiful game. I think it's a little complicated, because there's a lot of matchups and there's a lot of meta to learn. But honestly, every time I played League of Legends, I've enjoyed it. But you don't have to play it for 12 hours a day. I think that's the problem. You're the problem. If you hate League of Legends and you think there's a toxicity problem, it's most likely your own fault. Because nobody forced you to play for 12 hours straight. Nobody forced you to rage at your teammates. All the rage and all that stuff, you don't have to interact with it. You can actually turn chat off and just utilize pings. Now, obviously, toxic people are going to have issues with you. They're going to be like, oh, who's this bozo that I'm queuing up with? Let them think that. You enjoy yourself by playing the game as much as you'd like. And you don't have to play for 8 hours, 12 hours straight. Even if you're locked into like a contract, you're deadlocked into it, maybe you should rethink how you do your contracts. Because there's going to be a way for you to, if you're a sponsored streamer, you have options. If you're unwilling to work on your content to expand beyond a single game, in fact, if you're even like relying on video games as your content to begin with, unless you're like really good at what you do, obviously do your thing, but there's more to content creation than just playing video games. People get locked into this mindset that video games are the only thing to make content with because that's what they do. That's what they learned. I grew up with video games. But you start to realize like there's like a way to expand your art into something beyond video games. And it's just sad when I see people just lock themselves in to one video game or even video games in general. They think that they have to play video games, that they have to make video game related content. No, you don't. There's something about you that's entertaining. Find that thing. You might not realize you have it. There's a reason why people watch you and not all the millions of other people who open up OBS and start streaming a video game. There's a reason they watch you. And you have to find what that reason is, or you're going to, as soon as the game fails, you're going to fail because you didn't find and nurture that part of you that is an entertainer. And your niche might be different, is definitely going to be different than someone else's. I'm still trying to find what my niche is. I mean, I have, but as far as Twitch and YouTube goes, I'm working on my niche. I'm working on something that's bringing in some money. I made $100 this weekend. It's always a plus. But I'm not thinking short term. I'm not thinking just about making some money. Okay, money will come and go, and if I do things right, money will eventually keep coming in. I'm not really concerned with short-term money, because money, unless it's something sustainable over a long period of time, like money isn't really going to matter. Like money, it's just going to be like a few $100s or something. Like that's not going to make ends meet, you know? That's not what I'm concerned with. I'm concerned with building something that I can continually improve, that resonates with my abilities and what's important to me and what brings me the most pleasure. And other people might not agree with it, but they're not me. They don't know who I am. They don't know what I want. They don't know what brings me pleasure. Use the word like pleasure. I don't really know like what my content style is. I can kind of like observe it and notice it, but I can't really pinpoint like what is my style. I've been told that I'm very articulate. I've been told that I'm a very good, I have a good way of explaining things. I have also been told that I ramble on a bit too much sometimes. And that's something that I can use and improve on. You know, like maybe I can refine things a bit more. Maybe I can script some things. Like I'm off script right now. I'm just going off of like some bullet points about stuff that I've been thinking about for quite a long time. I do believe that if something is important, it's going to keep coming back to you. And I like what Stephen King says about it, is that a writer's journal or a writer's notebook is the best way to immortalize bad ideas. Because if something is good, it's not going to just go away. It's going to come back to you like week after week after week. I have a novel I've been working on since 2014. I finished a draft, I think around 2016. And I started the second draft last year, and I worked on it more this year. This story idea, even if the first draft was absolute garbage, I changed so much that it's almost like the only thing that stays the same is like the overall premise and the characters, but only like the core part of the characters. I've changed like a lot of things, but the core concept of this novel has not really changed, and it keeps interesting me. It keeps coming back to me, and I've been pinpointing in my writing what about the characters is causing me to keep thinking about them, for them to live rent-free in my head. And it's like you just have to like go through that process, go to a journal, and write these questions, and don't just write about it, but just think about them in the background. Don't even try to think about them sometimes. Just like write them down and say, here are things that I want to think about over the next like 3 months. And then just live your life. Don't even try to think about it. Like maybe you try that one time, or maybe once a week you sit down and actually like try to pinpoint, like, you know, okay, I've been thinking about this all week. Let me sit down and actually dedicate like a few hours to like writing about it more. And maybe writing is my method of doing that. I think writing is universal, and writing doesn't have to be sitting down with a typewriter. Like I do a lot, but I use my free right now, which is like a digital typewriter, but I also use a handwritten notebook with pencils. Okay, I use pencils, the cheapest thing you can possibly get. You go to the dollar store, you get some pencils and some paper, and you develop a system that works for you. I have an archive system that I've developed over many years, I think 10 years of dedicating myself to writing. I have an archive system that works, that scales across multiple mediums, so that if I write one thing by hand, and then I write one thing by typewriter, and I write one thing by my phone or on, you know, like into my Google document, or I write one thing on my computer into like LibreOffice, that I keep track of day by day, hour by like hour, you know, 24-hour timestamps, so that if I write something by hand in the morning, and then I write something in typewriter in the afternoon, and then something on my computer in the evening, and then later I transcribe the stuff that I wrote by hand and by typewriter and put it into the document, I can put it in order. It's not going to be chronologically out of order. Now you also have to realize that when you edit, when you revise and rewrite, most of that stuff's not going to really matter, because you're going to rewrite it anyway. It's not like you don't just capture word for word what you wrote, because a lot of what you wrote was kind of like, it was just idea formation. You were just trying to get the ideas out on paper. And when you actually get all the information, then you can say, okay, now that I have the whole picture, I can focus it into a point. And now you can, and it's not even about like editing or revising. It's about having a more complete picture, that now you're working with more data. And from the beginning, you're going to have a clearer picture of where you're going. And that's basically what the revision process, at least for me, is that you keep going over these ideas again and again and again. Downloading game 84%. Or yeah, it's updating, I guess. I guess it's still in like early access. I got access from my friend of mine. Okay, I need to fix my overlay. I put my on this screen that you're seeing right now, you see it fine, but for some reason I moved it. I think I accidentally moved it. Yeah, it's the. I think I'm the. Yeah, for some reason it all moved. Did I move the whole folder? Yeah, I moved the whole folder. Let me, I think I just need to copy paste the transformation. Copy transform. Transformer. Okay, transform, paste transform. Okay, there it is. Now it's fixed. Yeah, it's fine. And I need to just lock the preview. I think when I move stuff around sometimes it gets all fucked up. We're launching the game. Yeah, I think a lot of people just need to find their whatever works for them as far as like figuring out like how they want to proceed with their life. I'm not special. I understand that like I'm in a bind with my life, but there's people who are worse off than me. And they might not, and when I say worse off, I mean they're not even aware that they're worse off. They think they're better than me, and they're not. If they really examined my actions and what I've done to improve my life, if people actually saw the big picture, like all my case management, all my therapy, everybody who's worked with me has been unilaterally trying to get me to stop beating up on myself. Because I keep saying I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not doing enough. They're like, look at all the progress you've made. This didn't just happen. Like, you know, the surgeries I got. And I know I'm still talking about it, even though I've made an effort to try to not make that as part of my content. I think part of my content is that I'm talking about the stuff that I do in life. And a major part of my life, even though I do want to make it just like kind of like a background. Like, you know, obviously my medical history is my medical history. It's not going to change. But I made it all happen. Like, I gave up hope on life, and then I crashed. Had an absolute, like, breakdown. Like, an absolute, like, collapse of my life in 2019. I had no hope whatsoever. I thought my life was over. It maybe would have been, but I don't know that. I don't like to speculate on those kind of things. But what I do know is I had a choice to make, and I made the right choice. I made the choice to advocate for myself. I made the choice to make sure that I got to all my resources that I needed. I made that surgery happen. Nobody else did. And nobody can take that away from me. Nobody can ever take that away from me. I won't let them. But yeah, today I'm just getting ready to play some Deadlock. We're at 91%, so we're about ready. I'm just kind of, I like to preamble. And you know, we're just gonna be chilling, playing some gameplay, figuring out this game. And you know, I'm trying to adhere. This isn't really my stream right now. Is not really about the content. You know, obviously I can do my best to, like, you know, just show up and kind of talk about stuff and maybe play a game or something, interact with chat. Like, that's always the thing. It's always going to be a thing, regardless of whatever's going on with my content creation stuff. Even if I'm not really doing content creation, I'm still going to be doing that because that's just who I am. I would do it, obviously, if only one person's watching. I'll do it, obviously, if like 10 million people are watching. You know, I don't care. Like, I'm doing this for me, because I enjoy it. And every now and then a person pops in and I get to, you know, talk to a person I wouldn't have normally talked to if I wasn't here. And part of it also is I'm actually committing to a schedule now. Sundays and Mondays at 10 a.m. I'm going live on Twitch. And that's something that, regardless of how many viewers, regardless of whatever else I'm doing, I'm gonna keep doing, because I need to get used to being on a schedule and streaming for like 2 hours, you know, not going crazy with like long hours or anything. It's just about showing up on a schedule and being consistent week after week. That's what I'm doing, because I can take that skill and I can apply it to anywhere else. I can apply it to a regular job. I can apply it to all my content creation. And I'm doing the same thing with my modeling as well. I'm 2 days and then 2 days. And basically that's kind of like what I'm going to be doing for the next 3 months, and then see where it brings me. And you know, I'm going to slowly evolve it to doing 4 days a week. I don't know how long that's going to take, but 4 days a week at a schedule. Basically, I'm going to be working 4 hours a day for 4 hours a week. 2 hours and then 2 hours with like a lunch break. I mean, that's like a normal, like, part-time job, right? Like, I need to be able to do that. And I might get some options to do that outside of content, but I wanted to start with what I have available to me, which is my Twitch stream and my modeling stuff. I can do that every week, schedule it, show up consistently. And I've even made some money, you know, this weekend. I made $100. Okay, I only just came back. Okay, and I had 60 viewers. Okay, like, at one point. Probably averaging like 30 viewers, 40 viewers. It's a lot, by the way. Like, especially since I just came back, and especially since I'm still ramping up. And I only have up to go. The only direction to go is up, because I know that my personality is that I will do whatever possible to improve whatever I'm doing. Even if other people think it's meaningless, I don't care, because I have a goal of my own that even if it's good enough, it's not good enough. And I'm trying to also balance that to not harm myself by being so harsh and being so stressed out that it's deteriorating my mental health. These are the things I'm working on. First of all, I need to be okay with good enough, because sometimes good enough is more than good enough. It scales. What's good enough for me might be the best thing on the planet or the worst thing on the planet. But if I have a mindset of constantly improving, and then not just constantly improving, but also detaching the outcome of that to my mental health status. Because I need to not be judging my self-worth based on what my arbitrary judgment of myself says that is true. Like, if I think that I'm terrible at what I do and I attach my self-worth to that, then I'm only going to be beating myself up. And that's also going to make my content worse. It's going to make my work worse, whatever that might be. Whether it's writing a novel, whether it's writing blog articles, whether it's streaming, whether it's modeling, whether it's a day job. it's only going to make it worse if I beat myself up. And so I need to detach my emotions from my product, because I am a product. Now, me as a person is a person. But what I do and the stuff that makes me money, especially, is a product. And it doesn't mean that what is a product? It doesn't have to be one or the other. It can also have meaning. Okay, let's play the game. Oh. This game is in early development. Okay, I need to change the options to make sure it's running right. Resources. Where's the options? Settings. Oh, I need to also there's music, so here we go. Stream mode. There we go, yeah. Okay. Testing. That's fine, right? People can turn up the volume if they want. Okay, video we got here. Native resolution. DirectAD. Anti-lag. Basic settings, fastest. Right. Just basic. No. Basic settings. Wait, is this? Yeah, it changes it. Okay, so then also lock this at 60 FPS. Yeah. Okay, options. I think that's fine, right? I think we should be good. Show announcements. Okay, learn to play. Let's go. Get started.
Welcome to the Cursed Apple. If your team wants to emerge victorious, you'll need to wield both guns and supernatural powers to lay siege to the enemy base.
Okay, going straight up. Basically, it's League of Legends or Smite or a mix of both. Lanes.
There are 4 lanes, each with a transit line that players can ride to move quickly.
Okay. So that's kind of cool. You don't have to it's just like faster travel.
Troopers periodically spawn in the base and then run down a lane, fighting any enemies they encounter. Guardians are the first line of defense in each lane. Their attacks are very powerful, so it's best to push into them with your troopers. Walkers lie deeper in the lanes and have an arsenal of defensive moves.
What the? Takes off its head and shoots you?
Your goal is to siege the enemy base and destroy their defenses to reveal their team's patron.
Okay, so it's like Smite.
Patron and victory is yours.
I was telling my friend it's just like Smite. He never played Smite, so I'm like, yeah, it's Smite.
Press space to jump.
But it also has it also kind of reminds me of Overwatch or Paladins.
Hold space to get on the line. You can jump off by pressing space.
And there's a speed boost with E.
Press mouse 1 to shoot. Gun damage falls off at longer ranges.
It seems like really
mouse
basic.
2 to zoom in with your weapon. Press 1, 2, 3, or 4 to use your hero's abilities.
Okay. Easy enough. Yeah, it's straight up.
Hold space when near a ledge to mantle up.
Feels like most of the gameplay is not going to be in the controls and stuff. Like, feel like the game mechanics are probably the least important here. They're just basic video game. If you played video games before, if you played Fortnite, if you played Overwatch, you played League of Legends or Dota, you probably it looks like the game mechanics are not going to be the things. It's obviously at the top level. If you already know all your meta, then game mechanics are going to make you. But it feels like most of the gameplay is probably going to. It's like chess, right? You can teach a child as young as like 3 or 4 how all the chess pieces move. And once they know how the chess pieces move, it's going to take them a lifetime, and they may never even reach the top level. Most people will not. So it's one of those games. It's a game that's more about the learning than it is about the mechanics.
Press Q to make a quick attack. Hold Q to deliver a powerful charging attack.
Okay.
Get souls by killing troopers and players.
Souls?
You can also get souls by killing neutrals, located throughout the map. Souls are shared among allies nearby.
Okay.
When you land a killing blow, extra souls appear.
Oh,
You
sweet.
can secure these souls
You want to
by
get last
shooting
hit?
a blue orb containing them, or letting them float away.
Okay. Yeah, and so I can just shoot them, or they'll eventually float away. Okay.
Enemy soul orbs are orange, and enemies will get them if they float away or if they shoot them. You can shoot these orange orbs first to steal.
Oh, shit, I can steal other people's souls. Cool.
Destroying an enemy objective earns everyone on your team ability points. You can spend these points to upgrade your abilities by holding tab.
Okay, makes sense.
When you have souls to spend, go back to
That's
base and
currency.
heal and
Okay.
buy powerful items that increase your stats and grant additional abilities. There's also a shop next to each guardian, available until the guardian is destroyed.
Curiosity.
Items can modify a variety of things, like ammo count, melee damage, or health regeneration. Items that increase spirit power improve the effectiveness of your abilities.
Okay.
There was a suggested items tab with hand-picked recommendations for each hero. Hold left control to slide while moving down a ramp, or moving at high speed.
Okay, left control to slide.
Press space at the top of a jump to double,
Double jump.
Special moves like double jump use your stamina bar, located next to your reticle.
Located next to your anus. Your rectum.
While moving, press left shift to dash. While
Stamina.
airborne, dash to perform an air dash. Combine a dash and a well-timed jump to perform a dash jump.
Okay.
Press F to parry an enemy hero's melee attack. They'll be stunned.
Oh,
You'll
cool.
receive increased melee damage.
Yeah, so if you time parries. Nice. Yeah, okay. Hero training. Recommended heroes. Look like this is your first time playing. We've highlighted a few heroes that are great for new players. We recommend trying out one of these if you're uncertain about where to start. McGinnis? Kelvin? Infernus? Not loading the... What's going on here? Okay. Hayes? Ooh, an archer. Ooh, sniper. Wraith. Snipes the unsuspecting. Mobility to engage at her leisure, picking at her prey and bleeding. I like snipers. And I also like the way she looks. I usually like playing, I'm kind of vain. I like playing characters that I like their appearance. And like, I want to find a character that represents me. And a lot of people do, I think. And there's a lot of different, right now there's not very many characters. I think the character design is kind of mid. I'm going to be real, but I don't know. I feel like it has potential. Remember, this is early access. So it's like, it's going to scale, right? Like the art can change, but they have like, see, look, they have like cool character design. Like, look at that. That's pretty cool. It's like a bat. Like, and you got this like crazy, like, demon like like kind of devil character. Like I guess he's like the devil. It's pretty cool. He's got a cool hat. And like she's got like this long hair. She's like a what is she? Like some kind of undead. I like her. I like snipers.
The luxury of morality.
The luxury of morality. Okay, hero training. Here you'll be able to test out your hero's movement and abilities. Mastering these concepts is key to completing the ritual. Oh, shit. Okay, so it's not like a sniper rifle, I guess. Okay, what's this? Oh, max HP. Okay, what's this? Come on in. Okay. Unlock this tab.
I'll hold them down. I'll take to the skies. All right. Time to get to work.
Okay,
You're not getting closer.
oh, cool. Oh shit, she's like Pharaoh or Farah from like Farah from Overwatch.
I make my own opportunities.
Okay, and I can like do a super snipe.
Engaging.
That's my own guy.
Gets easier every time.
You can upgrade your powers anywhere. Hold Tab or Alt to spend your ability points.
Extra ammo while flying. Tether enemy. Okay. Plus point. This one has diminished returns.
You can upgrade your powers anywhere. Hold
Crow familiar
Tab or
deals
Alt
impact
to
damage.
spend
Oh, I get a
your
crow
ability
familiar?
points.
Freaking badass. Probably uses up to 2 times. Okay, this is probably the first one that scales the best. Yeah, because then you get extra crow ricochets. Assassinate's just a sniper thing. It gives you bonus soul. So this is like the one that scales. I guess that's the carry one. So level 1, 2, and 5.
Upgrade your powers anywhere. Hold Tab or Alt to spend your ability points.
I might want to get this one first. Because then 600 bonus souls. I mean, that's probably scales way better later on once I have all my damage. This up to 2 times towards other enemies within 15 meters. This one's 50% base ammo while flying. This might be the best one for the beginning flight.
Hold Tab or Alt
Or I don't
to
know.
spend your ability points.
If they don't have an Achilles heel, I'll make one. I know how to make it hurt.
The transit line. Hold space to get on the line. Press space again to jump off.
The crows obey. Time to move. Die on your feet.
It's time to ride the transit line. Hold space to get on the line. Press
I have an omen for you.
Okay, where's the transit line? Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm going the wrong way.
Head to the curiosity shop to spend souls. The first time you open the shop menu, it will
Okay,
show
B.
you recommended items for you to buy. You can also click on the tabs to explore everything the shop has to offer. These relics will shape the
Sexy
battle,
feet?
so choose wisely.
Okay.
Head to the curiosity shop to spend souls. The first time you open the shop menu, it will show.
I'm tired of playing fair. About time.
You can also click on the tabs to explore everything the shop has to offer. These relics will shape the battle, so choose wisely.
Oh, I need more souls, I think.
Tell you what, I'll throw in a free key. That's gonna help keep it. You like that? I see. I won't lie. I don't know what that does, but my kid's pragmatic, stylish. I love it. It's brutal out there, huh?
Okay. Oh. Okay, now we gotta do lane training.
I was a child when they unjustly condemned me. Powerless.
I was a child when they unjustly condemned me. I was a child when they unjustly condemned me. Okay, welcome to lane training. The goal of the early game is to gain power so you can take objectives. When you complete the goals listed on the right, we'll give you power unimaginable so you can take down the Guardians. Green souls shot, orange souls shot. Items purchased, ability upgraded. Okay.
I am one of the
Okay,
patients.
cool. So I just loaded up a build. It's basically like it has Riot,
Your guide.
the Blitz Plus loaded by default, basically.
Take out the Guardian that's at the end of this lane. By destroying it, we don't just get closer to the final objective. We earn souls and ability points for the entire team. You have 4 training tasks left. Every time you put the final bullet into a trooper, you earn souls. But be careful. And remember, you only earn souls off a die.
Okay, I need an orange. Okay.
If you or an ally, you have 3
There we go.
training tasks left. You have 2 training tasks left.
Ugh. I don't want to be reloading when there's an orange. It's like the deny mechanics, I guess.
Take the transit line back to base to heal.
Oh no.
You stopped Orion. Well done. Use the transit line to return to the base. Once you're there, I'll bestow you with resources so you can power up for a final push on that Guardian.
Okay, so instead of teleporting, you just zipline back. I get it. They don't have a teleport mechanic. Boop boop. I'm gonna be the best Deadlock player in all of history. Okay. All slots are full. Okay. Okay. Oh, you do get a warp stone. Quicksilver on alt. What? Oh, there's an alt? Yeah, there's so many different abilities now. But I guess, what do you replace spirit armor with? I mean, active reload or bullet lifesteal. Oh, okay. Spirit armor. Which one is that better? 20% restores spirit power. Modifies. Okay. I see one bullet lifesteal and bullet armor. I think just the extra health. Replace it with that, yeah. And burst fire, replace that with. Fire rate, slide distance, bonus health. Wait, that's reload time. Does this do reload time? No, that's fire rate. Okay. This is just weapon damage and... Oh, this is applies slow, kind of like Ash. Yeah, I think skipping some of these... This game's bolt resist. Yeah, some of these are just situational, I guess. Oh yeah, and also that's like once you get to mid game, I guess. Take down the Guardian?
Anyone who stands in our way.
Okay, oh!
You stopped Orion.
What the hell is going on? And you gotta reload. You can't reload while you're using that ability. That sucks. Okay. Ah! The hell? Okay, and then use Z to ult. Oh, you can heal. Okay. I can heal myself too with mouse 3. Okay, cool. I gotta heal with Z.
You stopped Orion.
Get used to it. This is gonna be happening all night.
We can't hurt the Guardian while its shield is up.
Okay, yeah, tap the slow on all of them first. Huh. Okay, my heal's ready. Where's my health? Oh, it's on the left. Okay.
God, I love my job.
Nice. I mean, this kind of has a long reload, I guess. Oh, it's shielded. I'm really confused about that ability. Like, you use it once, but does it reload? Like, I've used it twice before. It's just like, how long, how do I know the timing on the reload? That's the thing.
If you don't hate my turrets yet, you're gonna real soon.
Nice. Oh, we got it. Okay. Okay, there we go. Finish the training. All right, well, let's play. Let's do public bot. Just play Deadlock. Let's fuck it.
I've been given my chance for revenge, and I won't squander
Can you do at least 3 heroes in your roster?
I can
Okay,
help the world a better place, one body at a time.
There's no turning back
Alright, this is our first matchmaking. We'll probably suck. Or maybe we're gonna do good. I don't know. But we're gonna do our best. 'Cause that's what we do over here. Okay. Oh, I gotta play her, I guess. Okay.
My misery will be shared.
Your condition demands a permanent solution. Summon me and let me help you.
I guess, I don't know. It's just like, what the fuck is this voice? I mean, it's not like I have any say in the matter if it's already, like, doing summoning and shit. Like, it's gonna do whatever it does, regardless of what I want, you know? That was quick. Browse builds, let's go. Yeah, I don't even get to play the champion that I trained with. It's okay. They're all the same, right?
Your time runs short. My powers. A small price to pay. You will be weakened. The end comes. I pay this price gladly. This is just the beginning.
Defeat me if you can.
Time to die.
I see Viva.
Misery comes for you.
Okay, just farming.
Yield. This is just a taste of what's to come.
Yeah, so that kunai gets like last hit real easy.
Soon you will suffer.
Yeah, it's more for like finishing last hit or doing over damage over time, I guess. If it's a higher HP enemy. Oh, I went too far. Oh, I can do life drain. Cool. Nice. What does this do? Oh, it sacrifices my health. So life drain is probably a really important one. Whoops.
I'll give my life for the cause.
Headshot booster, extra regen.
Yours.
Sacrifice health. Launch blood shards.
I see Ray.
Oh, slows them and increases damage they take. Okay, cool. So it's a debuff too.
I see. Welcome. Stay 2 steps ahead of
Our
this, my friend.
yellow guardian has been destroyed.
You will know. From here only misery. Your strength. You will
Oops.
suffer. Now die. Soon you will suffer. This is just the beginning. You will suffer. Feel the anger. Starts with a simple act. Time to die. I need to be faster.
No. The typer. I think we're doing okay. I don't know.
The end comes. From here, only misery will follow. Your death is inevitable. Their life will
We'll exchange slash helpers and ooh. So when I'm low health, I can swap.
Misery comes for you. Your time runs short. This is just a taste of what's to come. You will win. It starts with a simple.
Nice.
Be relentless.
Your death is inevitable. I paid the price. Now die!
Okay, we got an enemy walker. Where is everybody? I'm on left lane. Anyone want to join me?
This is just the beginning. You will be beat. You will know. From
Okay,
here only
I'm on left lane walker.
this is just a taste of what
Oh fuck.
I need to take the risk.
Okay, here we go. Spirit boost, mystic reach, mystic burst. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Has been destroyed.
This is just
Has arrived.
you will know. Today, Oathkeeper receives his payment in spades.
Kill the spirit urn is waiting to be claimed.
I'm ready. Down to the simple. Time to die.
I don't even know how to use that ability.
What's yours?
Oh, okay.
Soon you will suffer. Your time runs short.
That sucked. You played death? Please help me, kind sir. Like Soul Reaper, you're getting souls.
From here, only misery will follow. I paid the price. Now die! Pain is the
Show no mercy.
Fuck.
You will suffer. You won't walk away. You will. You're mine now. It's down to the simple. There's no escape. I defy it. This is just a taste of what's coming. Your time runs short. Soon you will suffer. This is just the beginning. From here, only misery will
Fuck. Spirit damage applies healing reduction. Cool.
Push forward.
Katsuba!
Yeah, I guess I'm going to purple.
The
And pink waving. What's up, Danny Guts? You got guts? Is that purple? That's blue. What the fuck? Oh no, purple's on the right. Okay. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. We're doing not so great. And let's go back to base. You gotta go on purple. Okay, I'm here.
Misery comes for you.
What is that?
There's Wraith.
Yield.
Extra spirit. Who's got spirit? Yes, we do.
Now die. I'm revitalized. You won't walk away. You will suffer.
Fuck.
Destroyed.
Yeah, I think switching the spirit one, the boost. Yeah, get the spirit lifesteal. Yeah, gonna need extra lifesteal because my abilities require. Okay, minimum health is 20%. Okay, yeah, they're going.
I took out dynamo.
No! Cool down, that's always nice.
For the cause.
For the horde. For the whores. All them whores out there.
Headed this way.
Battle.
You will know.
I will lead by example.
I'm revitalized. The end comes.
They've taken an objective.
I paid the price. Now die. You won't walk away. There's no escape. It starts with a simple cut.
The spirit urn is waiting to be claimed.
Face me. Your time runs short. Today I don't have the luxury of mercy.
Hard to tell when it's like I level up an ability. Maybe I'm just stupid. I don't know.
This is only the beginning.
She's a dangerous enemy.
Your death is inevitable. Time to die. Soon you will suffer.
The earth is ours.
You will be.
Enemies have breached our stronghold.
Fuck.
What's the matter, Organics? Got out without Bebop?
We only have one shrine left.
We're not doing too good. I think we fucked, boys. God damn it. Left. Yeah, it's safe to leave without penalty. Well, we tried. That was our very first game. And of course, we lost. Because I have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, yeah, I think it's a pretty good stream. We showed up and we streamed. Obviously a good goal for a stream, right? Show up and you stream. Yeah, I think I'm doing pretty good with stuff, honestly. I think I'm doing pretty good. Like, I got stuff going on with my life right now, and I'm just like, good to have like kind of like stuff in the background going. You know, now we got a fun game to play. Tomorrow we're gonna be back. Same time, 10 a.m. Pacific time. Maybe I'll be a little early. I try to aim for 10 o'clock. Even if I want to go early, I want to just go like 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock Pacific times, Sundays and Mondays. Is today Sunday? Yeah, today's Sunday. 10 o'clock Pacific time from 10 to 12 or so. It's about my stream time. We're gonna be playing Deadlock now. I do normally play World of Warcraft. I'm gonna try to maybe we'll mix it up. We'll mix it up. Well, now Stream Elements says I'm live. Well, what the hell was this whole stream then? Or is that just Stream Elements? Yeah, I mean, oh, it's been live for 7 minutes? What happened to my stream? Did it go out? Okay, it just cut out, and then it restarted. That's just kind of weird. Yeah, I really don't have much else to say. Just like I'm gonna keep working on my writing. I'm gonna keep working on my you know, showing up to, you know, my stream, you know, keep showing up to my modeling stuff on a strict schedule, you know, writing every day. I'm having a weird thing with my brain where I have no idea what to write about. That it's like I don't know what's worth writing about anymore, because it's like there's things that like are just don't really seem to resonate with me lately, and maybe it's because I'm not really expanding like what I'm thinking about. I'm kind of thinking about the same kind of things, you know, that I've always been thinking about, and it's like I need to think about other things. I don't know, part of it is also I think my brain is just kind of fried. I went through a lot these past 5 years, and I think just like I need some time to just process. And you know, the writing is a part of it. A lot of the times I just write, and I just write whatever the hell I'm thinking about. I kind of write whatever I'm working on in therapy for my journal, or I might write about certain topics, and I do need to actually publish some stuff. It's a new week, and I need to get I'm trying to aim for 2 articles a week and 1 short story a week. Might have to be a short story every month. You know, that might have to be a more reasonable goal, I think. I think I want to give these short stories the time they deserve, and sometimes they need like time to cook. You know, because I wrote like the very like 3/4 of the story, and I need to write the climax of the story. Giggity. And then I need to give it a few days or a week, and then rework it and rewrite it, and get it down into publishable state. But also part of me is trying not to draw that out too much. Like, short stories are supposed to be short. Now, I'm not trying to write like Pulitzer Prize winning or whatever short stories, or like Hugo award winning short stories. I'm just trying to write short stories to publish to my blog as like a practice, you know, just keep writing them. But I think 1 a month is a reasonable goal rather than 1 a week. I think 1 a week was way too unreasonable. And I think 2 articles a week about whatever. And they don't even have to be like more than 1,000 words. I can just do like 1,000 words and then put some pictures. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It can just be like some opinion pieces, or you know, I'm struggling with settling on like what I want for content. I'm giving myself way too high of standards, and I need to lower my fucking standards, not because of like some kind of like I need to cater to the lowest common. No, fuck that. That's an excuse. It's what lazy people and people who do not want to be productive say. They're like, oh well, it's just I have an art, and I don't want to lower the integrity of my art just to cater to the, you know, the mindless sheep. It's like, dude, that's fucking bullshit. That is ironically like how a sheep thinks. Like, people are people. They're just like you. They're scrolling their phones too. You think you're better than them? Like, fuck that. Like, you know, write whatever. And just I need to publish like 2 articles a week. That's not undoable. I mean, it's not impossible. Okay, I can do it. Okay. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Might play Deadlock. I'm gonna be real. I'm really not feeling it too much, but maybe we'll give it some time. A friend of mine, like I said, a friend of mine wants to play, and I kind of want to play with him off stream. So we might come back to World of Warcraft for stream. But I think I think it's also good to play on stream, at least for now. So we'll get back to World of Warcraft, don't worry. Especially when I expand my streaming days, because right now I'm only streaming 2 days a week, so I'm kind of limited. I might end up eventually streaming 3 days a week. You know, I might be able to add Wednesday in there. Because I'm not doing anything on Wednesdays. Technically, oh yeah, because Sundays and Mondays, and then I might add Wednesdays. So I might add a third day, and then maybe we can make Wednesday can be Deadlock Day. Possibly. And then Sundays and Mondays are World of Warcraft. You know, that might be doable. But I think for now, since I'm learning Deadlock, we might stick with Deadlock for another 2 streams. I don't know, it depends. I'm not really feeling it right now, but my friend really likes playing it. And I want to play with my friend. I care about my friend. And so it's more like a sacrifice. And it's not like it's terrible, it's just gaming in general is not really entertaining to me. But I kind of need to force myself to do it, because I can't just grind myself into the pavement constantly. I'm not a sword. Okay, I can't be, you can't just put me up to the grindstone. Okay, like, I'm not a sword. I need to give myself something to just let my mind relax. It's like I'm the opposite. A lot of people on the internet, they have a problem with too much gaming. I have an issue where I don't game enough. As weird as that sounds, I have to play, like, I have to force myself to stream 4 hours a week of gaming. Like, just to make sure that I'm not getting stuck in my own bullshit. I feel like nowadays, it's so easy to get stuck in the bullshit. To get stuck in what everybody else wants you to think, what everybody wants you to do. I'm sick and tired of it. And I also feel like I don't really have a voice. Because it feels like my opinions don't matter. And I also feel like I'm afraid to alienate the trans community, because I'm trans. And I have opinions about things that I feel like people are damaging our movement of just trying to get equality. Trying to get, just literally people, like, I fought so hard just to get my surgeries, and I'm in California where it was basically handed to me. And then there's people undermining the public perception of trans people on a daily basis by using Twitter as some kind of weapon to, like, crusade against video games, to, like, include, like, non-binary traits and stuff like that. And it's just making us, well, I'm not non-binary, but, like, it's associated with transness. It is under the trans umbrella. It's gender non-conforming, gender expansive. But I feel like, why do I have to be locked into that? I just wanted my surgeries, and I got them. Why can't I be a person? Why can't I just live my life? Why do I have to be part of some bullshit crusade? And if I go against it, I'm somehow alienated from the entire community. It's like, I don't think there's anything wrong with the community. I just think there's some bad actors that are very loud. And I think most people believe they're obnoxious, not just me. I mean, I'm trans, and I feel this way. There must be other people who are trans or gay or whatever who feel that way. That they're just trying to live their lives, but we become a laughingstock because people associate LGBTQ with brain rot Twitter. And, like, that's just Twitter. It's brain rot across the board. No matter what your political alignment is, it's just people who are very loud about things that don't matter, fighting about things that are, like, meaningless. Who cares if Harry Potter has a non-binary character or not? What the fuck is wrong with you? Why don't you go write your own video game and put non-binary characters in it? And actually do a good job. Don't fucking do what Concord did. Jesus fucking Christ. You can't just copy-paste a story with arbitrary demographics. Like, a character needs to have, like, a backstory that, like, matches the world, the overall world building. And if you're gonna include people who are very underrepresented, you're gonna have to do a good job of it, because otherwise people are just gonna think it's like some DEI, and you're gonna just make everybody else life miserable. because then people are going to laugh at anybody who is trans or non-binary. They're just going to see us as clowns. Because all they see are a bunch of people on Twitter crying about some video game. And then they see that as like, oh, trans people are just weak and can't handle anything and just want to like cry and make everything trans. And it's like, dude, I didn't ask for that. I didn't sign up for that. I just wanted my fucking vagina. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. And you're preventing any kind of progress. These people are just absolutely brain dead. They're completely going against the cause. It's just disgusting. But anyway, I want to end on a more positive note. You know, my life personally is going really well. I can't speak for the entire trans community, and nobody should. I'm going to speak for myself, and I think my life is going pretty good. I just have a few more bumps in the road, and I'm taking care of those. But in the meantime, you know, I can show up on a consistent basis, Sundays and Mondays, maybe Wednesdays, 10 a.m. Pacific time, most likely 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. And we're just gonna, you know, hang out, talk about some shit, play some video games, and just, you know, chill the fuck out. Like, you know, that's what life's all about. Why are people so stressed out all the time? I don't care what your beliefs are or what demographic you are. Calm the fuck down. Like, Jesus Christ, why are you doing this to yourself? Like, just, you know, do what makes you happy. You know, hopefully not at the expense of other people, but, you know, I like showing up to my stream. I like talking about things that don't matter. I like talking about things that do matter. I like trying to do better. Like, I like talking about things that are hopefully sparking a conversation eventually. You know, but I don't really have a voice, so it's kind of more like I'm just kind of shouting into the void a little bit. But it's also kind of enjoyable to me. I'm a little bit mentally ill, okay? Just a little cuckoo.